Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are back with TSU Shape Initiative. Glad to see everyone here. Well, no one's here just yet, but people will be here very soon. Okay, let's see. Sanaya, if you're here. Oh, there you are. Found you.
Hi.
Hello, Sanaya. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
How are
How are
you?
you? I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. I am so excited. We are finally here. It's
Yes.
been a long time coming, but we're finally here. Let's see. I see some folks that are joining us for everyone that's
Hi.
in. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the live. We're glad to have you. So, for those of you guys who maybe have stumbled upon this. I know Sanaya put together a really awesome kind of promotion video promoting this discussion.
Thank
So
you.
however you found us, welcome. We're so glad that you are here. Um, and before we kind of get going, then we'll get into it. But
Oh no. Okay. I'm sorry, you were glitching. You want me to tell you about myself? Can you hear me? Okay. Yes, you were glitching for just a moment. Okay. Hi everyone. I am Sanaya Simone. Yes. Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to see which side. I think we're both delayed. It's okay. Hi, I am Sanaya Simone. I'm an actress, author, model, entrepreneur, motivational speaker, and I am also the host of the Teen Nation Talk Show. I am 14. In my free time, I love cooking. I love learning. I love school. And I think that's it about me. I'm a freshman this year, so super exciting. I am an author, so I have published my own book, and I'm working on my second book, and I also have two businesses.
awesome. Tell us a little bit about your businesses.
Yes.
What do you do?
Okay, so I have a jewelry line called Simone Stones. It's more of an online boutique, but it specializes in hand beaded bracelets. And I also
Oh,
have an apparel line called Iconic Legends, which is more gender neutral clothing, things that the boys can rock as well.
oh, very cool. Before you leave today, I definitely want you
Thank you.
to plug in all of your social medias where we can find your businesses and all that so we can support. That'd be awesome. And let's see. Okay, I was just trying to see who's in here already. Um, to everyone who didn't get the welcome, who's just joining us, a welcome in to the TSU Shape Initiative, Teen Nation, Teen Empowerment Series IG Live. We're glad to have you. My name is Jazia. I am one of the health promotion specialists with TSU Shape Initiative. We are a community and university program with the social work department at TSU Shape, or sorry, at TSU. um, in the social work department, TSU Shape Initiative. And we do a lot of different things. But what's most important for tonight that I want to highlight and talk about is one of our programs, which is called the YES program, the Youth and Young Adult Empowerment Services. And the purpose for that is to just give youth and young adults the tools necessary to make the best decisions, not only about their sexual health, but just about life in general. One thing that we talk about all the time is how health is not just about, how you are physically, but mentally, spiritually, emotionally, all of those things. And so we're here to empower youth and young adults. And we have this awesome partnership with Teen Nation, and we've finally gotten the chance to sit down with the wonderful Miss Sanaya Simone to have a discussion today. And I'm really excited about this discussion. We're going to be talking about kind of this craziness that we have all just kind of folded into over the last, 6 or 7 months now with the COVID-19 pandemic, and what that's like for teenagers and for Sanaya Simone's peers, and what you guys are doing to cope. And then also with virtual school, I'm a student as well, a grad student, and it's hard. So I can only imagine what that's like for you, youth and young adults. And so I'm super excited to get into this discussion. Sanaya, I'd also like for you to talk a little bit about the Teen Nation talk show and what that's about, and what are some of the things that you guys have coming up soon.
So the Teen Nation talk show, we will be discussing things that are important to teens, from fashion, sports, hot topics, everything that teens enjoy, and of course uplifting teens at the same time.
Awesome. I love that. I love it. I love it. So I guess it's about 10 minutes in. So let's go ahead and just hop right into the discussion. How's it sound?
Okay, cool.
Awesome. So I kind of want you to talk about, what has your experience been over, the last 6 or 7 months with COVID? What have you seen your peers experience? What have been your thought process through all of what I call the COVID crazy?
I think COVID for me has been something so different. I remember spring break being at a party, and then that day getting the email that I wasn't going to go to school for the next week. And I was very excited because I had been going to school the entire year. And then it was another week and another week and another week. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually really serious. I think for me, this was definitely eye-opening, not to put things off until 2020, because everyone was like, 2020 is going to be the year of vision and da 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 da.
Yeah,
well, it wasn't. So yeah, so I think it was definitely a lot of talk of that going on. I think it was very productive for me being at home, something that I haven't been able to do in a long time. Enjoying my family, enjoying watching TV and staying up and not actually having to wake up early in the morning. I know for a lot of my peers, it was very busy. They were going like stir crazy. They wanted to get out of the house. And I think that was the same for me, but I think I enjoyed it at the beginning a little bit more than other people. Whoops. And I also know some friends that were actually very productive during this time, started businesses, had time to focus on things that they actually enjoy doing. So I think it's, I don't know, I think it's a balance of good and bad. Of course, not good that people are dying and people's lives have been affected, but I think this has been definitely eye-opening and a time to grow and learn so much about yourself.
Yeah, that's really good that you pointed that out. What are some of the things that you personally have done to be more productive? Like what does that look like for you?
Okay, well, we all were at home for 24 hours at one point. So I think time management was very, very important. Balancing, okay, I'm not at school, but I do have schoolwork to do. This is not optional.
Yeah.
I also can Yes, I also can play with my dog later. I can do my schoolwork first. I don't have to eat at this moment just because the kitchen is open. I can wait a little bit later. I also spent some time working on my businesses, making sure that virtually everything was set because once I realized that this was going to be a long-term thing, I had to figure out some alternatives for the things that I usually do in person.
Yeah. Yeah. So did we, which was very difficult.
Yeah.
I do, I like to say that we do people work, and it's really difficult to do people work if you can't be around people. Like, how does that work, right? And I'm sure that was the same for you with your businesses. We have a question. I know you talked about it earlier, but throw it
Mhm.
back in there. Someone's asking, what are your businesses? So go ahead and talk about those again.
Okay, so I have an apparel line called Iconic Legends, which is more gender neutral hoodies, everything that's trendy, but for boys and girls. I also have a jewelry line called Simone Stones, which is more like an online boutique that specializes in hand beaded bracelets and more of the girly side of me, more things that I can relate to, and Iconic Legends is what I think my peers can relate to more.
Cool. Awesome.
Oh, and you can find those at www.iconiclegendsbrand.com and www.simonestones.com.
Awesome. Plug those. So we talked about like productivity. Do you think that at any point over the past, few months that you felt any type of like isolation, any negative feelings? What was that like for you?
Yes. I think more towards the beginning, some people were at home, but everyone didn't have to be home. Knowing that I actually have to be home every day was definitely bothering me.
Yeah.
It was good to know that I wasn't missing any fun or any friend engagements, but it definitely was crazy to know that I have to be at home. Like, this isn't my choice. This is
Mhm.
what everyone has decided for me, and that it's not going away for a little while.
Yeah. What about your peers? Did you notice anything in particular as far as like, feeling isolated or um what were some of the conversations between you and your peers about being away from each other?
Yeah, I think on on social media, you could tell that a lot of people did not know what to do with themselves.
Yeah.
I was talking to some of my friends because we have like a friend group chat where the people that I sit with usually at lunch. Well, I don't sit with them anymore, but we were having like some conversations. They were saying like they don't know what to do and they played outside today and
Wow.
um, that their parents are taking away all of their technology, so they're not sure what to do seriously. So I think a lot of people have found new hobbies. I know that during quarantine, I ordered roller skates.
Cool.
Um, I've always loved like rollerblading and all of that with my mom, but I actually made it serious. It's a little bit harder because I have to do it on concrete and I'm trying to practice all the tricks and stuff. So I think that's something I did to keep busy. Also, like cooking. I love cooking, but I've explored some different, different spices and other pieces of my palate
Yeah.
because, I had nothing else to do.
Expanding.
Yes.
Very cool. What did you and your friends do to stay connected? Because you mentioned that some of their
Hmm.
parents took away their technology. So
Yeah.
how were you guys able to stay connected if you didn't have lunch every day, right?
Yeah, I think social media, everyone got their phone back eventually. So Instagram, understanding that everyone isn't willing to FaceTime all the time, because I know that at the beginning, none of us knew that we'd be home for a long time. So everyone was trying to FaceTime immediately. How do I do this schoolwork? How do I do this? How do I work Zoom? So knowing that they'll get back to you eventually, give them their time. Social media, really just checking up on each other once it was true that we weren't going to school for the rest of the year, everyone was really trying to check up on each other and let everyone know that
Oh
they
wow.
missed them and loved them. Yeah.
Oh wow. And did that change once summer came for you guys?
Uh, yes, because usually we'd be hanging out at the pool and stuff, and we couldn't do that.
Yeah.
So I think it was kind of the same energy.
Yeah, I gotcha. Um, what are some things that now looking back on it? So earlier we kind of talked about what some of the positive takeaways were during
Mhm.
quarantine and when we were isolated from each other. What were some of the things that you missed during that time from pre-COVID?
Definitely miss eating out. Um, seeing my friends, seeing different family members. Wow. I think that's really it. Movies and stuff. I like to be at home already, but knowing that I had to be at home was the thing that was most bothering me.
Yeah, for sure. We have a question here. We're going to switch gears a little bit. Question is, what advice would you give a teenager who wants to start a business? It's a great question.
Okay, well, I would say one, you're not the only one because I get this question a lot.
Awesome.
I also would say use technology to your advantage. We have this amazing thing called Google and YouTube. And honestly, when I don't know how to do something or work this new update on my phone, I do YouTube and I do Google it. So find out what you enjoy and what makes you different. Why would they go to you instead of Forever 21? Or why would they go to you instead of Nike? Find what makes you different and what makes you unique and showcase that and use your platform to your advantage.
Those are great, great, great suggestions and great advice. Thanks for asking that question and thanks for giving that one
Yes,
full answer.
thank you.
Let's get back into our questions. So, what are some things that you learned? I'm going to do this two-part questions, or
Mhm.
this question in two different parts. What are some things that you learned during quarantine and during isolation, being away from your friends, your family, about yourself, if anything?
I think I've learned my boundaries, my work boundaries, because school usually. Well, I was in middle school now. I'm a freshman, but we had school 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So it was kind of like an outline of when I was starting work and when I was going home. But when I now that we're actually at home, I think a lot of us don't know when to stop working or remember when to start working. So I think that we kind of need to work on time management. I think it's
Mhm.
something that I'm really, really good at and I have strengthened during the COVID quarantine, but I think that's something.
That's
And
such
I
good
think I've
advice.
also learned that not to always eat all the time and watch Netflix. I've learned that I can't always be comfortable while doing my work because I will fall asleep.
Yes, I have learned that as well. And so earlier I mentioned that I'm a graduate student. I started grad school in the middle of quarantine because that makes sense. And
Right.
so one thing that I learned is that, I'm thinking back to undergrad was there's no library. There's nowhere for me to go to do my homework, but I can't
Yeah.
stay in my room because my bed is right here. And so
Yes.
I had to learn that as well. And that timepiece that you talked about is really, really important. And I think anybody can take a little nugget away from that. Learning when to work and learning when to rest.
See,
And
I think you're a little bit better than me because I just found out that I just need to have alarms making sure that I don't fall asleep. I stayed in my bed. So
you
you're just a
stay
little
in your
bit better.
bed.
Yeah.
That's funny. I love it. Okay, so that's something that you learned about yourself. What did you learn about the world around you and like your environment, your friends, your family relationships? Is there anything about the things around you that you learned during that time?
Yes. I learned that our communities aren't as responsible as we thought. I learned that some adults need a little bit more discipline than I do. I think that's all I really learned. And besides that, Zoom would be the rest of my life for about a year.
Yeah,
I think that's it.
that's pretty funny. Um, do you have any advice for teenagers who may be having a difficult time transitioning from the life that we used to have to our new normal? What advice do you have if someone was saying, I'm really having a difficult time being away from my friends, I'm having a difficult time transitioning into a virtual school or hybrid school or whatever folks are doing now? What would you say to them?
Well, I actually think that I think we're all having this problem, but I also would say remember that everyone else around you is able to do it. So what makes you the one that isn't? Everyone around the world is doing virtual learning, so I think you should be able to do it. Figure out what works for you, focus, the type of environment that you need to be in, uh, change whatever is not working. I'm
Yeah.
not sure how to answer that question
No, I
fully.
think that's a great answer. find the things that aren't working so great and
Mm-hmm.
focus on making those better to fix the situation. I think that's a great answer and great advice. I'd like to hear a little bit about what your experience has been transitioning from middle school to high school in the middle of a pandemic, and then transitioning from, you know, being face to face with your friends to possibly, are you doing virtual school right now? What does school look like for you right now?
Okay. So I think it was a little bit harder because I finished my middle school year online.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't expecting my freshman year to be with mask. I'm doing virtual and physical only
Okay.
because geometry online, I don't know how that works. So I've tried it several times and I just feel like I need to be on campus for some days. So since I have the choice to be on campus and online, why not do both? So I think that's helped me focus a little bit better. I'm really good when it comes to staying focused. I'm just not sure how I can do geometry online.
I
So
love it.
the transition was crazy. I'm in a whole different school. I left all of my friends and went to a different high school, so that's a little bit different for
Oh,
me.
wow.
So yeah, it's fun-ish. School is very quiet. I've never had a quiet first day of school ever until this year. So I think a lot of people forgot how to interact with each other.
Interesting. That's very,
Mhm.
very interesting. So, what were some of the things that you noticed wasn't happening on the first day of school that maybe
Uh,
should have
well,
happened?
teachers have to teach at their desk. Teachers aren't allowed to come by you. You aren't allowed to ask for a pencil from anyone. Everyone has actually a what's it called? What is it? An assigned seat, and
Okay.
everyone is super far away. You cannot take your mask off unless you're at lunch. And at lunch, they have like little cubicles. Thank God I don't sit there. I sit outside because I don't want to feel like I'm in jail all day. But I'm not sure. I think they handled it very well.
Okay.
I don't think there were any other things. And our school is definitely not at capacity yet. So not even 50%. Most people are online. I just wanted to make sure that I am doing my absolute best in that geometry class.
I got you. That's awesome. Okay. So do you have any horror stories or like crazy things that have happened in school with this virtual school, like not knowing how to navigate, anything crazy that you want to share?
No, I've heard a lot on
Okay.
like Zooms and and I've also heard a lot of people like debating about politics and class and stuff because of everything that's going on.
Yeah.
I've heard random people joining people's Zoom calls. So of course
Oh,
that's
wow.
funny until it's you. So nothing has happened to me, but I've seen things like on TikTok and Instagram and that type of stuff.
Tell us some of the things that you've seen.
I think there was these students, they played a prank on their teacher, and after they played a prank, I think it was more scripted. They started doing it more for the views and the money and all of that. But everyone like they asked the teacher, like he said he wanted to share his screen, and she was like, "Okay, well I'm gonna make you host." So she made the boy host, and they kicked her out of the Zoom. So then when she joined back, they all had their cameras off, and it wasn't their name. It's all loading dot dot dot. Because you know on Zoom, if you have your camera off, you see the name. Yeah, she thought she was going crazy, but she was being filmed the entire time. So
Oh
afterwards, she laughed.
no, that poor
Yeah.
teacher.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I will say some of the things that I've seen just, you know, floating around the internet
Hmm.
of virtual school craziness that's happening. I feel so bad for these teachers because, you know, it's difficult to teach regardless whether, you know, it's the old way or the new way. But I know it's really difficult on teachers. So if you're watching this, be nice to your teachers. Be nice to your teachers. It's important. But that's interesting. So you talked about TikTok. I kind of want to get into TikTok real quick. Okay. So um I have not been super duper active on social media since all of the COVID crazy because it's been a lot. And so I did not dive into TikTok. But
Mhm.
how has TikTok kind of changed the social media game since it blew up when we were all at home? Like, what's the TikTok vibe? Like, what's going on there?
Okay, so before the pandemic, so when TikTok first started getting famous again, my one of my friends and I decided that we were going to like start doing TikToks, just for fun.
Okay.
Well, he ended up becoming like TikTok famous for a
Okay.
little bit. But I realized that TikTok fame like goes away very quickly. So, Instagram, like you have all these followers. Well, TikTok, it's more about views and likes.
Okay.
So once those are gone, you're not TikTok famous anymore. I
Mm.
honestly think that a lot of people got bored and definitely joined the whole TikTok thing and started saying stuff about their life. But honestly, I think it's so fun. Like, I love TikTok. I love watching other people's point of view, and they're always from different areas of America. Well, not even always America.
Girls.
And, right. So I think it was super fun. I like making them. I don't post them, but I like making them, watching other people. They make me laugh. And I like to know what's going on in the world because it's more like news, like funny news for me because they still
Interesting.
tell everyone what's going on. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so what are your top three like content that you like from TikTok? Like what are the top three types of videos that you seek out?
I don't know. I don't think I have top three. I don't even think I have a top one. I just like whatever comes up. It's like a For
Okay.
You page. Yeah, like how Instagram has an Explore page, you have a For You page. You just scroll until you see something you like or you refresh it. I don't know. I just do it in my free time.
Okay, one more TikTok question.
Wait. I do like watching the food combinations on TikTok. During quarantine, I
Ah,
tried a lot of different food things. What did I try? I know I wanted to try, I tried the whipped coffee,
okay.
Dagnola coffee or something.
Did that
And so,
work in real life?
yeah, it's really good.
Okay.
It's kind of like straight black coffee, so I had to like put it under a frappuccino with all this sugar and stuff to make sure that it tastes good. But I think I did that March, April.
Okay.
There was this like cotton candy bread that you can make in the oven. I didn't do that. I learned how to make like a little burrito out of a tortilla.
Okay.
It was like little Chick-fil-A wraps. I made that. What else did I make? Oh, I made like edible cookie dough.
Okay.
Now that was really good. Yeah.
Interesting. So you can learn how to find cool cooking videos on TikTok as well. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to venture into TikTok at some point.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So what do you think um as far as like your school and preparing to go back to school,
Hmm.
whether it be virtually or hybrid or face to face, what do you think schools could have done differently to prepare you guys, if anything at all?
I think that we could have had like a training on how to use the apps because
Mm,
some of our generation understands how to use the apps. Especially, we should understand because we were doing this at the end of our eighth grade year or the year prior. But a lot of our teachers don't
mm,
really know how to use the apps or how to direct the students to use the apps. And not everyone is fluent in Google. So I think that we could have done that to reduce homework because not only is this a whole pandemic, but I feel that we are getting way, way, way more work because
than
teachers have
before.
time to grade. Yes. And yeah, studying habits aren't the same. You can't go to tutoring. You can't do all of this. So we're just getting more work and it's piling up and everything is due. I saw this meme, everything is due at 11:59 because it is.
It is true.
And teachers are steady moving on and just collecting those zeros. But I kind of feel like students don't really know where to get help if they need help.
Mm.
Hmm.
Interesting, interesting. What do you think would be kind of like a solution to that help thing? Like, I need help in geometry, right? But I decided not to go back to school for my geometry class. Where outside of teachers, how do you think like the community can um, kind of help out teenagers and kiddos as well and filling that gap of needing help? Like, what do you think the best solution is there?
I would say help each other or find a tutor, but everyone can't really do that
Yeah.
during these times. I know, honestly, if I was struggling, I would email my teacher. I personally don't want to be on Zoom for another hour or two tutoring. for what I already have done because I
Yeah.
started school. I go to school around 6 a.m. and the last bell rings at 2:40. So right after that, I feel like the teachers just give us homework on top of homework.
Mm,
And if I need help with the work already, I'm going to get behind if I need help on that and I haven't done my homework because I have a tutor. So I
yeah.
would say try to stay caught up, find you a study buddy friend,
Okay.
maybe
Study.
get away from Zoom and FaceTime instead. But I'm not really sure because I think everyone's kind of lost.
Wow. Wow. Well, I know this has been it's difficult for everyone in every which direction. It's difficult on students, it's difficult on teachers, it's difficult on administrators, it's difficult on parents. Like it's crazy. And so I feel for you guys. I really do. And I'm sending all the best wishes and prayers and all that stuff to you guys to work through this transition of going
Mhm.
back to school. Um, do you have like any study groups like with your friends? No, it's just
No,
you're just out there hanging out by yourself.
yeah, I tried to do this like at the end of 8th grade. I said I'm a freshman, so that's why I keep referring to last year because
Yeah,
things have totally changed.
yeah.
I tried to do that. We don't have the same classes. Teachers
Oh,
aren't assigning the same assignments, and not all of us are on the same level.
oh,
Also, I don't go to school with any of my friends anymore,
yeah.
so that's a little bit different, but they don't have any study groups either.
No, wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow. That's so
And I would
difficult to
say
think
we could
about.
ask our parents, but well, they don't know how to do this. I remember I asked my mom for help in like 3rd grade. Like this is 3rd grade and we're learning about regrouping. Like this is something my mom should know because this is like basic. And I got the entire page incorrect because she regrouped differently than I regrouped. And then I also asked her about like exponents and distributive properties like this summer. And my dad and my mom both told me like this was the answer, and it was a different answer. And I guess they are teaching us a different method than they taught them.
Yes.
So it was a whole meme that was going around about math is different, and we lost 2 numbers along the years. Yeah.
It is different. I will attest to that. I am younger than your parents, but it is different. I will say that. I've seen those videos and I'm like, what are they doing? You're not supposed to
Yeah.
carry the one
So
there.
I had to teach them and walk them step by step, and they still told me I was wrong.
Oh,
So
wow.
don't ask your parents. YouTube it.
Don't ask your parents. Someone says, yeah, we don't know. Don't ask us. Well, that's why we go to school so that we can learn and
Yes.
progress and do different things. Um, so if anyone has any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat below. I know some of you guys have been putting some stuff in here, so we're definitely watching. If you have any questions for Sanaya as well, please put them in the chat below. So
Yes.
moving forward, what would you um, let's say when the world opens back up, when when we don't have to be as precautious as we are with social distancing and gathering in groups and things, um, is there anything that you'd like to see stay that we have kind of as a community, as a society, done to be extra precautious during this time? Would you like to see anything stay the same?
Well, when COVID is gone, is that what you're
Yeah,
asking?
when COVID is gone.
No.
No?
I want to see everything go back to normal.
Yeah.
I kind of like that everyone is cautious on not hugging people, not high-fiving people. I like that only because I'm not a hugger. But I know a lot of people have missed that sense of touch. It's just not
Hmm.
something that I desire. I don't like hugging people, so I like that people are cautious and ask first or just don't do it at all.
Yeah.
But the rest of it, I want it gone. I want Zoom. I don't want to see another Zoom meeting after all of this. The mask, I kind of think is very smart. I was telling my mom in the car the other day, I can't believe I breathed all of these people germs for the other years of my life, that this isn't something that, like, people always used to make memes and make fun of the people in the nail shops because they wore masks and everything. But honestly, I understand them now because we've just been consuming everyone's air and putting it back out. I just think that's so nasty.
I think for me, it's made me think differently about how we gather, as you know, especially even in the smallest groups. Like just like you
Yeah.
said, like whose air am I breathing? Did you just
Yeah.
sneeze? Why did you just sneeze near me? You know, and so
Yeah.
I will say one thing I would like to see change is us pushing hand washing as much as we do. Please
Yeah.
continue
In
to
March,
wash
that
your
was
hands
huge.
a whole bunch.
Like, isn't that common? You should just wash your hands. Like, now we're making shirts saying wash your hands because people didn't know that already.
Yeah, yeah. So continue to wash your hands. The masks are smart, and no more Zoom calls.
Right.
Okay, we do have one question. Someone wants to know what school district are you in, if you don't mind sharing.
Okay. I don't usually share, but why not? I'm in Klein. It's in the Houston area, Spring.
Okay, Klein School District. If anybody else is watching from Klein, shout out, shout out. So I'm gonna backtrack just a little bit. So this discussion that we're having today is the first part of a three-part series. So
Mm-hmm.
in this discussion, we were talking about the pandemic and virtual school and, just the transition in life that not only our teenagers in the community have been experiencing, but all of us have been experiencing. And then for the next two discussions, we're going to be talking about some other topics. And so I'd like to know from you guys that are watching, especially if there are any teenagers are watching, what are some things that you'd like for us to talk about? Put in the comments and
Yes, let
we'll
us
go back to
know.
our layer and we'll discuss and see, how we can integrate that into our future discussions. So just stay tuned for those. The dates are probably going to be about what is this, the last Tuesday of next month and the following month. So we'll probably keep them around the same time, but stay tuned to our page, to the TSU Shape Yes page, as well as the Teen Nation Talk Show page. And we can, discuss further about what we'd like to see in the next series. Let's see. Someone said in Humble ISD, our schools are at full capacity, but only 75% are actually going. Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Is that scary? I think I would be scared to be around all those kids.
I have some friends that are in Humble, and I don't think they're actually going because of all the people. And I know that some schools in Humble, they're doing like A and B days.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really smart. Not something that my district thought was smart, but I think it's really smart. I think it's by your last name.
Interesting.
So, so you're there the regular day, but it's like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, then the next week, Tuesday, Thursday. I like that idea.
Interesting. So it's cool to hear how different school districts are doing, different things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to see if people what the adaptation process looks like. If they decide, like, I don't know, maybe Klein's like, but what we're doing is not working. We're gonna do, like, I'm going to do 8AB day. Like, I wonder what
I
that
doubt
process.
it.
I doubt it
Because
too.
we
But
already started way later than every district, so I
oh
doubt that
wow,
they'll do that. We started in the beginning of September, I think like September 9th.
and other schools had already started.
Right, yeah.
Interesting. Again, if anybody has any questions or any other comments, please put them in the chat so we can talk it out. Let's see. It is pretty scary, honestly. They just got rid of our 8AB days. Oh, interesting. Someone says we still haven't started. What school district are you in, if you don't mind sharing? Who hasn't started school just yet? That's interesting. Tonight, do you have anything that you would like to add from our discussion today? Anything that we didn't touch on that you think might be a little important?
No. What does that mean? Fort Bend? No, I would think that was Fort Bend. Fort Worth?
Fort Worth? Is it Fort Worth ISD? Is that where you are, Megan?
But no, I don't have anything else. I think we covered everything. Everyone that's watching, do y'all have anything y'all want to say? Any more questions? Any more opinions y'all want to share on the topics we discussed? Fort Worth ISD, yes.
Let us know. Sanaya, let everyone know where they can find you on social media again, since we've had some more people join us.
Yes, so my personal Instagram is Sanaya Simone, SANIYA, SYMONE, one word. Facebook, I'm not really on there, but I have an account, Sanaya Simone. Um, Teen Nation Talk Show is this Instagram. Follow that. My websites for my businesses, www.simonestones.com and www.iconiclegendsbrand.com.
Awesome Blossom. And for those of you guys who are interested in TSU Shape Initiative, you can find us at this Instagram page or our additional Instagram page, which is TSU Shape. We are located at Texas Southern University in the Public Affairs Building. If you'd like to learn more about our services, you can click the link in our bio to learn more about what we do as far as our free STI testing and sexual health education, as well as our youth and young adult empowerment services. So check us out. Okay, we got another question. What was your favorite TikTok dance during the pandemic?
I don't know. I like to do them with my mom. I get her reaction in the background while I'm doing them. But I'm not really good at the TikTok dances. Like
They're
they
kind
have
of
become,
hard.
yes, they have become very hard. When TikTok, when everyone was on TikTok at first, it was so easy, like da da da. But now it's way harder.
It's
So
so hard.
I'm not really sure. Huh? I don't have a favorite. I don't know. I
My
don't even have a favorite
favorite,
TikTok.
my favorite is the Savage TikTok dance.
Oh
And I
yes, that
liked
was very
that one
trendy.
because a lot of people like had their dads do the dance. Did you see those videos?
Yeah.
They were hilarious to watch the dads do the Savage TikTok dance.
Okay, I think the one that I think is most catchy is the tap in. Do you know what I'm talking about? Tap tap
I don't
tap
think
in.
I know that song, but I don't think I know that TikTok dance.
Okay, I
I'm
think
gonna
that was
have
my
to go look
favorite
it up
because I'll
now.
just be walking in the hallway and I just like I don't know. I just think it's the most like catchy.
It's catchy. And that one's pretty easy. Like you can catch on and you don't
Yeah,
have to worry about like
very
50,000 steps.
right.
Funny. I love it. I love it. Well, guys, if y'all don't have anything else to add, if for whatever reason you go to sleep tonight and you're like, dang, I really want TSU Shape Initiative and the Teen Nation Talk Show to talk about XYZ, shoot us a DM, whether it's here at TSU Shape Yes page or the Teen Nation Talk Show page. Let us know what you'd like for us to talk about, because this show is for us, or for you guys, for us to have discussions about things that you guys want to hear and to engage you all, and we want you guys to be a part of it. So let us know if there's something that you want us to add. Any last words before we leave?
No, I hope everyone has a great night and join in next time.
See you next time. Be on the lookout for the promotional flyer so you can know what date and time to catch us for part 2 of the series. Part 1, we are wrapping it up. Bye, guys.
Yes. Thank you for having me. Bye.
Absolutely. It was awesome. I can't wait till next time.
Yes, same.
Awesome. Bye, guys. Have a good night. I don't know why I can't figure out how to end this. Thanks, everyone. I'm going to save the video to our Instagram page so you can find it here if you'd like to share it with any of your friends, or if you'd like to go back and watch some of those awesome gems that that Sanaya dropped. The X at the top, got it. Thank you.